Hello everybody and welcome to the High Speed Racing Network. As always, I am your host, Hayes Booth. Welcome to the Velocity Racing League. Tonight is the 8th race of the season here from the short paperclip here, Martinsville Speedway. And as always, I am joined by my broadcasting partner, Jared Darling. Jared, how's it going, man?
Hey man, we're doing good, and here we are in Martinsville. We're in for a treat tonight, no doubt about it. Martinsville short track racing is going to be a lot of beating and banging tonight, and we're seeing it in practice already like crazy right now. Got a good feel of the cars, and yeah, it's Martinsville. I'm ready for some short track racing. This is going to be a fun one.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready as well. 250 laps here at this short racetrack. One of the guys that we always have to keep an eye on here, who is currently fastest in practice, is that number 7 car of Quentin Warman. Quentin has been one of the fastest drivers throughout the season. He is leading the points currently, but another person that we want to keep an eye on, who has won already this season, is Ashley Molyneux. She is always one to look at this racetrack. There's just something about her at this racetrack that's just really, she's always fast here, and she's currently second in practice to Quentin. So we'll see if she has the speed to get her second win here tonight, or will Quentin continue his domination and get another win?
Yeah, and looking at our top 4 right now, all 4 are winners from this season. So obviously it shows why they're fast and winning all these races, and I think it's a very good chance we can see one of them 4 win. But who is a guy that maybe we can see sneak up there? I mean, this is Martinsville. Nothing is guaranteed here. This could be a wild race here tonight. We could see a lot of yellows, a lot of wrecking. And, who can sneak up there and maybe steal a win tonight? So that's what I'm kind of looking at as well.
Right. I'm thinking one of the guys that we may have to keep an eye on right here, who is 6th on the board, Howie Briss in the number 97. We've seen him putting up some good runs here throughout the season, just hasn't quite been able to capitalize and put that car in victory lane. To be honest, I think he's going to be one of the guys to watch here tonight to be a possible threat for that.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely a good pick you got there. And I couldn't agree more. He's definitely has the speed, has the potential, and we'll see if he can get it done here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And, another guy that we've talked about throughout the season that has put up some good runs, but just, again, hasn't quite been able to capitalize is, actually, let's see if we can't find him. Actually, we can't get him on the board. He's not on the track right now, but Spencer Ray has been another guy that that we've had our eyes on a little bit throughout the season. Just hasn't quite been able to find the speed to put it in victory lane, but I think he could be another one that could be a threat here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's going to be all about how the cautions play here tonight. I mean, what we see a lot of times here at Martinsville is, people trying to decide when do you pit, to get tires with all the cautions, choosing the right time and keeping that track position. Track position is going to be absolutely huge here tonight, I feel like, especially if we keep having short runs. So let's see. These guys got, looks like 4 sets of tires for 250 laps. So, I mean, that's kind of not really a lot, to be honest. I feel like the tire wear will wear here, but, I mean, it depends if we get green flag runs or not.
Yeah, it really just kind of depends on, like you said, if we get those green flag runs, because here at Martinsville, no matter what league it is, it's, there's always a lot of cautions at Martinsville. Yep. We saw that in the NASCAR Cup Series race here just yesterday.
We see it anywhere.
Yeah, right. What were there, 15, 16 cautions in that race?
Yep. Yeah, I think there was about 15. So
right.
And that's, professionals. That's, like real life drivers. So, yeah, we'll have to see how it is tonight. Hopefully we don't have too many, but we're definitely going to have a few for sure.
Right, just how much, close quarters racing there is at this racetrack, and just how tough this racetrack is. It's very hard to avoid cautions. I mean, it's you could go from having your car being very stable to all of a sudden middle of the corner it just shoots out from under you and you're going around. Yep. So, and with how, like I said, with how packed in it is, it's not hard to make contact with somebody, and especially in these cars, it doesn't take much contact to send somebody around. So, cautions will be hard to avoid tonight, but we'll see how these drivers are able to manage it. See if they can limit the amount of cautions that come out as we come to the end of practice here, and we will begin 5 minutes of qualifying, 2 laps for each driver as always, and then we will head to the 250 lap main event here tonight. And that wraps up practice. So now we are going to get into qualifying. Let's see who can take the pole here. Quentin Warman was fastest in practice, but will he be fastest in qualifying?
Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, this track, you got to be so perfect getting your lap down. You obviously only got 2 laps here, and mess up your braking point once. I mean, it can really cost you tenths, and that's a lot here at Martinsville. So we'll see who can hit that perfect lap here. And Cole Freilic's on track right now, early on, and
we
see how he does. Sam Rice is out there, and a few guys out there qualifying.
So Alex Anderson kind of overshot turn 1. And hits the wall. He's going to have to restart that. Actually, that's going to take away from his first lap.
Yep.
But here comes Sam Rice coming around to complete his first lap. And Cole Freilich actually top of the board so far with a 20.5. So we'll see if his second lap is any better. Kind of runs a little bit higher there. And, actually, wonder if he downshifted by accident. Downshifted a little too much there is my guess.
And that's one thing we're going to have to watch here tonight, Hayes, is if we're going to be downshifting tonight. With this car, I wouldn't be surprised if these drivers will be downshifting tonight to get that car to rotate through the center. Right. But one thing about Martinsville, though, is these cars are going to be a handful coming off the corner here. It's always so loose getting back on the throttle going to these flat straightaways. Switching from the concrete to the asphalt, and it's a handful. Martinsville's definitely a tough place, and we're going to see probably a lot of cars getting loose off the corners. And Ashley Molyneux, like you talked about, Hayes, look at that lap up there. 10th and a half quicker than second place Sean Williams right now.
Right, now here comes Howie Briss to complete his second lap. We'll see if it's any faster than his first lap, and it is. It brings him all the way up to second place at 20.34, so only looks like 3/100ths off of Ashley's lap. Yes. So a good time, a solid time for Howie Briss. So let's take a look at James Miller, who just completed his second lap, and it is not going to take him up any further. So far he's P5 on the board. Quentin Warman, Quentin has qualified.
Yeah, P3.
So P3 so far. So at the moment it's looking like Ashley will get the pole. Let's take a look here at James Colabolli, who is currently completing his second lap.
Yeah, another driver that hasn't made a time yet, I'm curious to see if he's going to make a time, is Aaron Smith. I feel like, Aaron's pretty good. He's always loves these cars, and I've seen him race at Martinsville before. He's pretty sporty here, so I'll wait and see if he gets a lap down here tonight, or if he already tried and didn't get it. But
right, yeah, we'll have to see if he doesn't. Actually, let's see, Davey Hendricks in the number 38 machine, who, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we've seen him in the field, so might be making his first start of the season. I could be wrong on that. But coming around to complete his second time, and it puts him actually
a
up
couple
to
spots.
P16 on the board, a 20.81.
Yeah, that's big for Ashley to get in front of Quentin. We saw Quentin obviously fast everywhere, fast here tonight again, but that track position, I mean, passing here is going to be pretty difficult. That's why you might see a little bit of bump and runs going on here tonight. It happens all the time here, and that's kind of the easiest way to pass people, because everyone's going to be right on that curb, right in the bottom here, every single lap.
Right, that's definitely the preferred lane to run here. So just over a minute left here in qualifying. Ashley Molyneux currently top of the board. We'll see if it stays that way. Doesn't look like anybody else is going to put in a time. However, we do have James Colabolli still running laps, just so we have somebody to watch going around the track while we wait for time to run out here. But yeah, it will be definitely interesting to see how these drivers manage their stuff early on in the race.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of times we'll see at Martinsville a very early crash. Somebody will overestimate it and spin it out coming out of two or coming out of really any corner.
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah,
see
really, we
somebody
just
kind
gotta
of
hope that
misjudge it.
like you mentioned, 250 laps tonight. I mean, it's a
Right.
long race, and just a little. Hopefully, we see some give and take here at the beginning. People being patient and get some green flag racing because this place is pretty fun to drive on a long run. So that's gonna wrap it up for qualifying, Hayes. And yeah, Ashley Molyneux, you talked about her at the top of the thing,
Yep.
on the pole here for tonight. So looking good here as we're gonna get the starting lineup up here.
All right, let's go to the starting grid here tonight for race 8 of the Velocity Racing League here from the Martinsville Speedway. Ashley Molyneux takes the pole with a 20.304. Congratulations to Ashley, being the fastest one in qualifying. Howie Briss will start just to her outside in the second position. Quentin Woman will start in third. Spencer Ray fourth. And James Miller rounding out the top 5. To his outside will be Sean Williams. Cole Freilich starting 7th, and to his outside is Tony Hilbrands in the number 92. Sam Rice starting 9th, and Nicholas Lavelle will round out the top 10.
Yep, just outside top 10, we got Isaiah McLean there, Alex Anderson 12th, James Mahone 13th, Michael Keithley back there in 14th, Thomas Sewell in 15th, Davey Hendricks making his first start of the season in 16th, James Colabully 17th. Then we got Charles Jurek in 18th, also making his first start, I believe. And then first guy, not to take time, we talked about him, Aaron Smith, 19th, and then Thomas Lloyd is going to be 20th.
Yes, sir. Here, and actually, it is. I'm not sure if I might have messed up. Actually, Scott Shire, I believe, is in the 20th position. That's where it's scoring him here on the board here. Jeffrey Fisher will start in 21st. Daniel Mosteller 22nd. Colby Kersey 23rd, and Michael Ashmore will start 24th, and Thomas Lloyd scoring him starting in 25th, and that will round out the starting grid here tonight. And you can see the cars starting to pull off right there. And something I want to mention real quick: the name Bays. That is my mom and chat. Yeah, a lot of people call me that now as a nickname, and it has become a name in the booth household now. So thank you
Wow.
to, I'm not sure who it was who came up with that, but thank you whoever did. Now my family knows about it. So anyway, we're about to let these cats loose, and I tell you what, it's going to be one wild race here tonight, starting around late afternoon, but it's most likely going to end under the lights here. So definitely going to be one heck of a race. 25 drivers, only one will take the victory. Question is, who will it be?
Yeah, for sure. My sim froze, so you're gonna have to call this start. I am so sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I have to reload in.
All right, you're good.
All right.
Having some technical difficulties for Jared, but
Yeah, you got it though.
won't be an issue as long as he can load back in. Question for the booth: how many yellows? Oof.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't ever predict that at Martinsville. We're just gonna have to see what happens, and we're about to find out here. Ashley Molyneux on the front row. Race 8 of the Velocity Racing League season from Martinsville Speedway is underway. Already we have trouble further back. Tony Hilbrands loses it. Back in the field. He's going to keep it straight. There won't be a caution, but he went hard into the outside wall. He's got some heavy damage to the right front of that car. And that is really going to affect the handling and the overall speed of that race car. But let's go to the replay if we can and try to figure out what caused this. Let's see. See if we can diagnose how this happened. So
that's the
see,
thing.
here's
It's
Tony.
very easy for trouble to happen here at Martinsville.
Right.
Everyone's on top of each other. It's hard on the brakes, going to the corner and.
Started with, I believe, Sean Williams right ahead of Tony. And looks like Tony got into the back of Sean just a little bit. Sean gets sideways, has to really correct his car, and he's already headed for the wall. Sean hits the wall, and Tony checks up and gets hit by Nicholas Lavelle. Nicholas gets slammed by, I believe, Alex Anderson. A lot of cars having to check up, so heavy damage to 3 guys already, 3 fast guys already just in the first couple of turns of this race.
Yeah. All right, I'm sorry, real quick. Still having issues, so I'll be back.
You're
I
good.
gotta
Oh, and we
restart.
already
Alright.
have a caution here. Caution comes out. We're gonna wait on Jared to get back, and I believe Isaiah McLean was one of the drivers involved. Let's see if we can figure out how this happened. I believe it was right here, maybe. Not too sure if he just kind of lost it by himself or if something else happened here. No, it wasn't right here. Let's see if we can go back a little further and see if we can find another situation here. Okay, here we go. So it was here on the front straightaway. Alright, let's take a look at how this happened. You can see he's behind Sam Rice, and the 13, that is James Mahone, is there behind him, and I think Isaiah may have just lost it. Yep, probably just gassed it up too much, and car shoots out from under him coming off the corner. And at this point, all you can do is just lock it down and try to keep it out of the wall, which, oh, he does hit the wall some there and gets some damage here. But at Martinsville, you know, you can get some damage and still be okay. But obviously not the start to the night that Isaiah wanted. But we are just about to go back green, actually going back green this time to complete lap number 7. So first caution comes out, a fairly early caution. But nonetheless, we are going to go back green. Ashley Molyneux still your leader as they come off of turn number 4 to enter the restart zone. And we are back green, a good jump for Ashley Molyneux, pulling out ahead of Howie Briss. Howie's going to try to get down to the inside. He will. And now Quentin Warman to the inside of Spencer Ray. And we'll be able to clear him for that 3rd position. Now Howie Briss going to try to run down Ashley Molyneux. Oh, and actually, oh man, big trouble here on the front straightaway. Multiple cars stacking up. Oh, this is a big crash. Cole Fralick, James Mahone, Sean Williams, Michael Keithley, I believe Colby Kersey as well, Alex Anderson, Sean Williams. Oh, and they are still trying to get through here. A big crash here on the front straightaway. Let's go to the replay. I think it started with Spencer Ray losing control of his car. Let's go back here and try to find Spencer Ray. Here we go. Alright, so you can see James is on, or Spencer is on the outside of James Miller, and looks like James was coming up a little bit, but it also does look like Spencer, car kind of shot out from under him a little bit. It causes him to get into James. Oh, and Spencer actually goes up on his side a little bit, and then Cole Fralick, Sam Rice, and yeah, they just have nowhere to go. And then Sean Williams piles in, multiple other guys as well. Michael Keithley getting hit. Alex Anderson there, the 64, barely scraping through.
All right, we're good.
All right. I think you may have missed the big one.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now. I'm trying to catch up with what happened here. Huge crash on the front stretch, man.
It's right on board here with James Mahone. I think he had kind of a front row seat to a lot of this. So let's ride on board with him and take a look at what he saw. Alright, here we go. This happens right ahead of him. Yeah, you can see it's a blockade and he has nowhere to go here. Man. Again, more fast guys wrecked early on here.
Man.
Okay, alright, so let's let's wait and see if they're gonna go 1 to green this time. If not, then we'll get somebody in here to talk to. But if it is, then I don't.
Yeah, that wreck took out a lot of cars. We already have.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex Anderson took it behind the wall, and we are going green next time by this. So.
Yep. So we're gonna go.
2 cautions early on. Here we go.
So we're gonna try this again, and see what happens.
Now, one good thing about this place is you can have some damage, and your car still is not really. It'll still have decent speed. You can still compete with a little damage here. So that's one positive, I guess, for getting damaged. You know, but.
Right.
All right, here we go.
So yep, we're gonna go back green here. Green flag goes back in the air. Another good jump on the restart for Ashley Molyneux as they race their way.
Oh, man, they are 3 wide behind them.
Okay, what are y'all? Oh, I think they might be wrecking again. Oh, nope, I heard them making contact. I think it's okay, though. And they're fanning out. They are being aggressive, that's for sure.
Yeah, do these guys realize it's 250 laps?
Right.
Come on.
Only on lap 15. All right, they're hanging on to. There's already a lot of damaged cars in the field.
Wow.
And they are still being aggressive with one another. But if you look up here, Ashley Molyneux trying to hang on to her lead, but don't look now. Here comes Quentin Warman right up behind her trying to take that lead away.
Yeah, that's 7 cars, definitely fast. Obviously, we see it every single week. Maybe kind of a little upset. He messed up a little bit in qualifying, I feel like, and didn't get that pole. But now he's really working on the back end of Ashley Molyneux. Looking a little sideways, getting back in the throttle there, but right behind her as they go into 3.
Yeah, he's trying to run a good line and see what he can do to set up a pass. It is definitely tough to pass here at Martinsville, especially when the car you're trying to pass may not be as fast as you, but is still fast enough to the point where they can race you hard. It can really can get annoying, and it's definitely a tough job to get a pass done at this racetrack. So we'll see what Quentin's able to do here with Ashley. Let's take a look further back, and Sean Williams, he's been involved in both wrecks so far.
Look at that car. that's a top 5 car right there.
I think the back end says everything, but he's
still Taylor Swift is not looking
5.
that great on the back end of that car right now.
Yeah, but I mean he's still running inside the top 5, so that just goes to show that at a track like this, damage, depending on how much, doesn't mean anything.
I tell you what, right behind these guys. We had Sean Williams there and Tony Hillebrands, but Davey Hendricks, we talked about, I think, making his first start. Well, he made it through the crashes, and he's in P7 right now.
Right, definitely a good job. Started 16th.
Yeah, pretty far back.
Made his way up to the 7th position already here. Did a good job missing the wrecks and everything. So, strong run so far, currently running P7. Doing a solid job hanging on to it as well.
Yeah, very nice.
And Quentin Warman, gap staying about the same between him and Ashley Molyneux, about 0.4 of a second. So Ashley, so far doing a good job holding on to her lead. But there are some lappers coming up, so I believe.
Yeah, and that'll happen in a hurry here too. I mean, this track obviously only a half a mile. The guys maybe struggling here a little bit, and damaged cars, and there's gonna be quite a few lap cars here coming up.
Right, I mean, you can see it's the damage that Spencer Ray, who's the first lap car that they're coming up on, the damage that he has says it all. I mean, that's...
Yeah, that rear end of the car is sticking out the wrong way. It's not that. They don't even look like a race car right now. It's
from both incidents, so it definitely... already the car is destroyed by, lap 20. So, but he does have time, does have the whole rest of the race to try to get that damage repaired, try to get it back up to speed as he possibly can. So we'll see what he's able to do throughout the rest of this race. But for now, he is going to get lapped by Ashley Molyneux, who has caught him fairly quickly. And then right ahead of these guys is, I believe, Isaiah McLean.
Yeah, really, just these cars obviously really damaged. Going a lap down early, they got to hope for a yellow to be able to fix that damage. But yeah, that's 6 car. Man, that's going to be a really rough race if he can't get that fixed.
Yeah, it's definitely. Oh, we actually have a.
Oh wow, Michael Keithley right in front of the leaders.
Yeah, but actually not going to bring out a caution. He will, however, go to pit road as well as Spencer Ray. But yeah, Michael
Yeah.
Keithley goes for a spin, but it is not enough to bring out the caution, which is actually kind of surprising.
Yeah. Well, at least it keeps these guys green, and
Yeah.
I'm noticing that Aaron Smith has been gaining some pretty good time. He is getting closer and closer to Howie Briss. He went by, got into the top 5. Tony Hilbrand's right behind these guys. Also got around Sean Williams, so put Sean back to 6th, then Tony back up in the top 5.
Yeah, Aaron actually started in 19th. So,
Yeah.
definitely as well, he's been able to miss the wrecks as well, so a good job by him making his way up inside the top 5. And actually, Marcus said in the chat, admin caution only. So I guess that's how they
Okay.
have it set up here tonight, which makes sense. Um,
Nice.
so that explains why there wasn't a caution for Keithley's spin. So
Yeah, I like that though. I mean that's
yeah,
gonna. I mean if you obviously I know there's people are gonna be spinning out, but if it's something that you can keep racing, I mean that's good that we're having these admin yellows here tonight.
right. And like I was saying at the start of the broadcast, Howie Briss currently running
Yes.
solidly inside the top 3. Doing a good job holding on to that position. Aaron Smith is gaining, but at least for now, Howie Briss is doing a good job holding on to that position there. And definitely think throughout the race, if he can keep that car clean, he will be a threat later on in this race. But back up here with the leaders, Ashley Molyneux and Quentin Warman. Gap, again, staying about the same between the two. Really has not changed, but yeah, Ashley's so far done a good job holding Quentin off and being able to get through these lap cars. And they have another one coming up here, that is James Colabally, and James's car is looking really no better than Spencer Ray's.
No, not at all. And this is amazing, by the way. These two up front, these, Ashley and Quentin, they're going to put on a show here today. They are very
Sure.
evenly matched. They're definitely faster than the rest of the field, at least on this run. And but these two are pretty evenly matched, and it's going to be a heck of a battle between these two, I think, all night long.
Yeah, I definitely think you're right. It's going to be interesting to see what they're able to do with each other throughout the course of this race. And let's take a look here a little further back in the field. Nicholas Lavelle started in 10th, and he wasn't involved in that first wreck, but he is still running solid inside the top 10 there in P9 and working on David Hendricks to try to get into 8th. So, all things considered, not doing too bad right now.
Yeah, I'd say that big crash really
Right.
damaged a lot of these cars. There's quite a few cars out here that look like they've been racing for 250 laps and not
Right.
34. I mean, as Lavelle goes by Hendricks there, move him up to 8th. And we're already
Yeah.
down to 15 cars on the lead lap. Sam Rice being that final 15th car. And also he's got a lot of damage as well. So
Right, and he's already got the leaders coming up on him, so he's gonna have that challenge here shortly. But yeah, appears they're gonna catch him here probably in the next lap, I'd say.
yep.
So the number of guys on the lead lap is slowly but surely going down.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, these two are just have a wicked pace going on right now, and I mean, 8th place is 12 seconds behind the leaders. So,
Right.
and and James Miller, I was just looking back here. He's 6 laps down, and had some good speed. It looked like, and unfortunately, he was in that big wreck. And he's multiple laps down here tonight. Our
Right,
winner
definitely.
from 2 weeks ago when we last raced. So,
Right.
not a good way to come back after a nice win.
Yeah, but like we said, it is Martinsville. It is definitely possible to come back from it. It's definitely going to be a hard road and a hard battle to do it, but it will be, you know, it's not impossible at this point in the
No.
race. We still have a lot of time left, so heading back here, still trying the next lap car here is Jeffrey Fisher, who I believe is another guy who's making.
Yeah, I was gonna
his
say we got quite a few
first
new
start.
faces
Right.
over here this week. Yeah, making their debut at probably one of the toughest tracks. You know, here, Darlington. Yeah, these tracks are definitely hard to get a hold of. But yeah, he's gonna go a lap down here. That's gonna just leave 4:13 on the lead lap.
Yep. So I gotta say that is a nice looking paint scheme that that Jeffrey has.
Yes.
And next lap car up will be Charles Jurek, who another another new face here tonight. And Charles actually messaged me before the race and said that I might have some trouble pronouncing his name, but I asked him just to make sure how it was pronounced, and he told me. So I just wanted to ask just to make sure I didn't get it wrong. So we're not the sharpest tools in the shed over here, so we're wanting to make sure we can get it right. But yeah, so far still holding strong is Ashley Molyneux in the number 45 machine as we complete lap 42 of 250. Aaron Smith still trying to catch Howie Briss in the 97 to get inside the top 3. Hasn't quite been able to do it yet, though.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they just continue to lose time. I'm really, really impressed by these two up front. I thought Aaron Smith for sure would be able to contend and have the speed, but I mean, obviously it's a long way to go. But this run right here, just no match for Ashley and Quentin. They just are setting a torrid pace right now. And they're lapping another car. There's Charles Jurek going a lap down.
Right, they're definitely.
And the thing that's impressive, though, 45 laps into this race now is, you know, Ashley's doing a great job leading this race, but Quentin's just putting pressure on her lap after lap after lap. And it's you know, you wonder if you're going to force her into a mistake or just kind of ride right here and just see what happens. You mean, you got a long way to go. Just over 200 laps to go here still tonight.
Right, there's definitely still a lot of time left. Really not much of a need to push the cars too hard. And like you said, 4 tire sets, which, I mean, this track does wear on the tires, but it is, you know, that can be managed at a track like this. You can go a good ways with a tire set. So
yep.
These drivers should definitely be able to manage that. So coming up to lap 50 here at Martinsville Speedway. After that, only got 200 more to go.
Only 200.
Yeah. Let's take a look here at.
Hey, we got a little bit of a battle back here for 5th. Tony Hillbrand's, Cole Freilich, they're racing for 5th right now, going into 3. Cole puts the bumper to Tony actually there a little bit. He backs out of it.
I'll tell you what, Cole has damage, but Tony's got even more, I think. But
I think really the front 4 are the only ones that are clean.
Right, and I mean, it's still, I mean, like we said, damage. You can see how much damage Tony has, and he's still running inside the top 5. So, definitely managing what he's got, salvaging what he has, and keeping the car consistently inside the top 5 right now. So, still running strong, and I'm sure he's got some more. You know, he's still got ways to go as far as repairing the damage. So, really, he can only go up from here.
Yep. Well, Ashley's about ready to catch a ton of lap traffic now.
Now that I say that, he hits the wall and he might destroy the car even more, so I probably shouldn't have said that. But, yeah, like you said, Ashley Molyneux catching lap traffic coming up on Isaiah McLean. Gonna get to his inside. And I believe Isaiah McLean, yeah, Isaiah has already been lapped. He's now going 2 laps down. And next up will be James Miller, who has also been lapped already.
Yeah, that car is a mess. I mean, look at that thing. That thing is, ooh, man, that's rough.
This unfortunately will put James 7 laps down. But James Mahone is the next guy to go lap down. After that, it'll only be the top 11 that are on the lead lap.
Yeah, wow. I mean, yeah, these guys are just so fast, and this is the opportunity though for Quentin. You know, if Ashley gets held up behind the lap car just the wrong way, that could be his chance to get that lead. But Ashley kind of was starting to pull away just a little bit there. kind of got a little bit of a gap there. And yeah, she seems to be kind of maybe a little bit better as the tires wear on.
Yeah, I mean, like we were saying, she's always a threat to win when we head here to Martinsville, and she's showing that here tonight. I think she's proven that
Yep.
with the speed that she has right now. And in fact, I think she's led every lap so far. So
Yeah.
definitely showing why she's given that reputation of being really good here at Martinsville. But really, all that matters is where she's at the end of the race, you know. So we'll see what happens. Still got about 245 laps to go. Gonna be one interesting race to the end.
Yeah, and we talk about her being fast, but her win this year was back at Auto Club, the big racetrack, high speed, and then here at Martinsville showing the speed. So obviously very good at all kinds of disciplines, all kinds of different racetracks, and showing it now. And I mean, look at this, about to put the 11th place driver a lap down right here, coming off 4, and man, what a pace!
I just realized I am very stupid. I said 245 laps to go. I don't know what went through my mind to think that that 250 minus 55 was 245. Do not question.
Yeah, there's this thing called math. You
Yeah.
know?
I meant 193. Let's get that straight right now.
Oh, we gotta say hello to Anthony Emery in chat, asking why is everyone destroyed by lap 50.
Yeah, Anthony, it's been a crazy race so far. That's really all we can say. But yeah, shout out to Anthony Emery in chat. Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, math was never my my strongest subject, so please forgive me for that. But yeah, anyway, coming to begin lap 60, and Ashley Molyneux pulling away a little bit, about 0.7 of a second is the gap now to Quentin Warman. And a little further back here, you'll see Scott Shire, who's actually close to getting lapped, but started in 20th and is now running inside the top 10.
Yeah, and a little bit of damage on that car, but still a lot cleaner than the rest of the cars out here. Yeah, having a solid top 10 run there, but gonna go a lap down because it's this pace that Ashley and Quentin have today is just really, really, it's going to be a handful for everybody else. Howie Briss now 4.5 seconds back. Aaron Smith 7 seconds back. And then our 5th place driver, Cole Freilich, he's 13 seconds behind Ashley Molyneux here. And she's starting to pull away on this long run here. She's definitely got the long run pace.
Yeah.
We got a yellow.
Right as we're talking about the long run, caution comes out. I believe Isaiah McLean.
Yeah, sitting sideways on the backstretch here.
Let's go to the replay here and try to figure out how this happened.
Yeah, it's gonna look like I talk about that, getting that loose off the corner, getting on the gas here, come off the corners. It's just so tough to keep that car underneath you, and
just shoots out from under him. Barely, the 22 misses him, and he just goes for a spin, and that brings out, I believe, our 3rd caution of the race.
I know we got a caution counter in chat. Yeah. See, we're up to 3 now. So.
All right, so.
Yeah, definitely, it's time to get tires for all of these drivers here.
For sure. So I'd say now is about time to get an interview in here. So let's see.
After pit stops here.
Let's get a word in with. I want to get a word in with Ashley.
Sure.
She's been the dominant one so far, I'd say.
Yeah, let's wait for her pit stop to be over here, and then we'll get her up here and see how she's feeling. Obviously, got to be feeling good, leading every lap so far, and the driver that's dominated this season so far, who actually is going to win the race off pit road. Quentin Warman and Ashley Molyneux had a terrible pit stop. She's actually still sitting on pit road. We're going to have to find out what the heck happened there.
Yeah, that was actually pretty odd.
All right, well, let's get her up here, and you can ask her. There you go.
Hi, Ashley. It's Hayes and Jared in the booth. You got a copy?
I do. How y'all doing?
Doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. And we just noticed the pit stop was a little bit slower. Not quite sure what happened. The other guys, maybe they took 2 tires, maybe?
Nah, 2 tires don't work right now. I tested it yesterday. I've been spreading the message. You just skip the left sides really hard. But I went into my box and my pit crew didn't change tires for about 5 seconds.
Oh, well, that's
I
not
had
good.
to go. No, it's not good. That's not optimal. You don't want that. But I'll be fine. I mean, I'm actually impressed Quentin was keeping up with me, and I will toot my own horn on that. This is kind of where the combination where I am at my most prime. I love this track. I love these cars here. Any car ran here is one I tend to really, really enjoy. So I imagine I'll be able to get back up there. With the fresh tires, you get a pretty solid amount of grip, and I think there's... Never mind, those are wave around cars. But we're going to have to do some tire strategy at some point, just because of how the cautions are probably going to fall. Really good run there, and it feels good on the long run, too.
Yeah, so you may need to fire your pit crew after that.
I'm going to fire them out of a cannon. Like all of them packed into one singular cannon.
But yeah, I want to know. You know, you're so fast at this track. What's your secret?
Consistency. That's it. I am really, really good at rhythm tracks, and I have been for most of my time on iRacing. When I first started on iRacing, there was virtually no tire wear, so you had to do the exact same thing every single lap for speed, and that translates well to tracks like this.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your time,
Matt
Ashley,
Green.
and go get them. Try to get back up to the front.
Sounds good.
All right, good luck,
y'all.
Ashley.
Thank you.
All right, here we go.
All right, pace truck pulling onto pit road. This time, Quentin Warman is your leader, winning the race off of pit road. And we'll see how long it takes Ashley to get back up there to the front. Green flag back in the air. This time, Howie Briss actually
Wow,
gets the jump.
great restart there for Howie Briss, but can he hold it on the outside if he get the run off the corner here?
He might be able to. Quentin might be able to hang on to the inside, though. And yes, he will. He's not quite going to give it up. Going to try to maintain pace with Howie coming off of the corner. Howie's
going to lead that lap.
And Quentin's going to try to stick it on the inside. I don't think Howie's got a chance. No, he doesn't. Quentin clears him and takes the lead.
Yeah, I tell you what, this track, I feel like, in my opinion, is one of the hardest tracks to judge, especially being in second, when to go on these restarts. And Howie did an excellent job there, timing that restart. But now Quentin Warman gets ahead of Howie, and here comes Ashley in the third. You know, she was talking that she wasn't too worried, but I think that track position is so important. It's going to be pretty hard for her to get around that 7 car, because he was keeping up with her that entire run.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough challenge. But I will say this, at least it happened around lap 65 and not, you know, with 5 laps to go. You know, it's better early than late. So we'll see how long it takes her to get back up there. I definitely think she can. It's just a matter of when and where. So for now, Quentin Warman is pulling away with the lead, pulling away from Howie Briss now by about 0.6 of a second. Ashley is starting to close in on Howie. Howie, I'd say, is maybe the 3rd fastest on the track at the moment. He is able to maintain pace inside the top 3, just can't quite keep up with Ashley and Quentin.
Yeah, and another name up here, kind of, you know, Cole Freilich in front of Aaron Smith here, working his way forward. Had a good restart there. And this caution kind of gets everybody back grouped together, fresh tires. Now we'll see. They know what the track is like, even though it's probably going to be changing as we're going into the sunset and going into night. So the track's just going to get more grippy. So you know, it could change a lot more by the end of this race. It's Ashley Molyneux putting the pressure on Howie Briss now, coming through 1 and 2.
Yep, she's now closing in about 0.2 of a second. Howie
Yeah, and
runs.
she sees that 7 car just getting farther and further away. And Howie gets a little sideways on throttle there.
Ashley's going to try to go to the inside now, take advantage of that, and she will be able to. And yeah, she's not going to give him an in. She really wants to get by him here, and she does just that, clearing him for second.
Yes.
And now she's going to have to try to run down Quentin from about 1.5 seconds back as we complete the 75 lap mark here.
Yeah, and it'll be really interesting to see if we get another long run here. If she can run him down, I mean, that's a 1.5 seconds at Martinsville is very hard to, that's pretty far for Martinsville, you know, standards. So we'll have to see if she can run him down. And yeah, I mean, it's a long way to go. But Quentin, very impressive once again here tonight.
Right. I mean, it's like, it just still like amazes me. Even though I'm not that much older than Quentin is, still older, and he's running. He would run circles around me. So it definitely is awesome to see a kid come out here and just absolutely dominate some of these races against guys who have been doing this for years now. So
I tell you what, it is really hard for me to listen to you call somebody else a kid.
that's yeah, that's a fair point. But look, a kid can call another kid a kid.
I guess so. Okay.
It's okay.
You say so.
But yeah. Anyway.
Oh, we got a car sitting
Oh.
sideways in 3 and 4. Michael Keithley again around.
Keithley.
He's trying to get it back turned around. Oh,
And
they're
that'll
going to have the
bring out
yellow flag.
caution. All right,
we
let's
saw the
go.
end of that.
Let's go to the replay and try to figure out what started this. See if he had help or see if it was just a self spin. Let's take a look. It might have just been a self spin. I'm not sure. Actually, he's got James Mahone right behind him. Oh, and James. Oh.
Yeah, kind of
Let's,
just got in there. Yeah, definitely got in there really deep.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's go from a different point of view. Here we go. Let's look at this in slow motion. James is right behind him, and I
Yeah,
guess-
just obviously a misjudgment there for
Right.
sure. Going into the corner, it happens. On the brakes hard. You don't want to do that, obviously, and you're just trying to time it when you're behind the car, and just unfortunately just timed it a little bit wrong.
Yeah.
Well, a lot wrong, but
Gets
You
in
know,
and
it
out
ha- it
quickly,
happens,
sends
you
him
know.
around. And that will bring out our fourth caution of the night here.
oh, and I just got to make a
So,
comment about in chat. You're welcome, Julie, for getting his name right this time.
Yeah,
For some
Jerry,
reason, I
Jerry
made you
Plug,
so angry, so I got it this time. Don't you worry, I did it all for you.
So, fourth caution of the race comes out. Whoever's keeping track of it in chat, just keep on doing that. Let's get a word in with Howie Briss.
Yeah, here, I'll get him in here. I'll see how he's doing. All right. Howie Briss, you're in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, man, you're running pretty solid here tonight. Been top 3. I'd say you're probably 3rd best right now. But, man, what is it going to take for you to – what do you need more to get up there with Ashley and Quentin? They just are really putting on a pace tonight.
Pretty much be the guy who says, please wreck. I'm going to be that guy. Just let him at it, and hopefully they end up wrecking.
Yeah, I mean, you're right there in 3rd. You just need a little bit more. But that last restart, I was really impressed. You timed that restart right. Maybe had a shot to get on the outside, but is that outside just not there at all?
Quentin kind of was sleeping there. He was kind of waiting on green, and I just got good grip on the outside. So we'll see how this restart works since I'm on the bottom here, folks.
All right. Well, we're definitely looking forward to seeing what you can do, and I know you're going to try your best. Go get him, man. Good luck the rest of the race.
Thanks, guys.
All right, that was a
All
quick
right.
word here with Howie Briss. Currently sitting P3 right now. And tell you what, that likely helped Ashley out if she's able to get to the inside and get behind Quentin on this restart. If she can do that, that caution may have really helped her.
Yeah, for sure. And, Howie just talked about how Quentin was sleeping on that last restart. Well, he better not be sleeping with Ashley up there because, she can get a good restart here and maybe clear on the outside. A little bit more pace here. So the pace car's going to pull off here, a pace truck, and here we go again.
And coming around turn number 4. A good jump for Quentin Warman, but that also helped Ashley. She's going to be able to get to the inside,
Wow.
fall in behind him, and actually close in a lot. Get right to the back bumper there on corner entry. She's going to try to run him down and get that lead back.
Yeah, very nice restart to get in behind. And now right behind them, Cole Freilich, Howie Briss, really tight race. Wow, Cole is really down on his door. Maybe a little contact there, but Howie's going to clear him for 3rd.
Howie with a good job getting by. And now Aaron Smith right on the back bumper of Cole with Tony Hilbrand's right on the back bumper of Aaron. multiple guys bumper to bumper here, trying to get every position they can. And Cole's still trying to give a shot at Howie.
Yep, and I talked at the top. I didn't know if these cars would be downshifting tonight, but I really haven't been hearing anybody doing that. But I mean, that's for me. I feel like it's being able to just stay in fourth and not shift is better. But at least they're not having to do that here tonight with the setup they're running here.
Let's look at the dashboard here on your screen and take a look, see if they're downshifting at all. Let's actually go to the cockpit view as well. Yeah,
and if anything, if they were, that's only going to hurt your tire wear even more. Downshifting into third in the center of these corners. So probably a tire thing as well. And it seems like, I mean, obviously we saw the front two not shifting and pulling away from the field. So it's a fast way to be here tonight.
Yeah, you can see they are not definitely not downshifting. So yeah, that answers that question. But Quentin Warman, 0.5 of a second over Ashley Molyneux. Ashley still trying to reel him back in. And I definitely think if we do get a long run here on this run, that's when Ashley's really going to start to close in. Because we saw her throughout that first long run. Once we started to hit that long run phase, that was when she started to really pick up the pace and drive away from Quentin. So I think we might see that again here.
And hopefully by the next pit stop, her new pit crew has made it to Martinsville. Yeah. And because losing 5 spots on Piro, that's not going to do it here. And like I said, the track position, it is not going to be easy to pass the 7 car. I just think it's going to be tough. But she's kind of closing in a little bit. Looks like she's driving in a lot harder than the 7. You can see her really close in on entry there.
Right.
But then he gets the good run off the corner here. You'll see the 7 kind of pull back away.
Right. That's usually the thing that you'll see at a lot of tracks, similar to Martinsville, when there's a battle for the leads. Car behind usually is able to gain more on entry, but the car ahead pulls away on exit. That's usually how it goes. That's usually how you see it. But yeah, you can tell Ashley's driving hard, trying to get back up there to get the lead back. And once again, Scott Shire here, battling for 8th with Davey Hendricks, and he's going to be able to clear him for that spot. And again, solidly running inside the top 10 after starting 20th.
Yeah, almost some contact there between the 38 and the 10. Scott makes that pass to move into 8th, but behind these guys battling as well.
Yeah, you can see Nicholas Lavelle here running in 10th, trying to make up some more spots. He's right now running where he started, but he definitely wants to be higher up on the board. And now actually you talked about Ashley closing in, but now Quentin's starting to pull away again by about a second.
Yeah, for sure, really tearing it up now, pulling away. And you got to wonder if Ashley's maybe just trying to cool it down to have something for the longer run. I mean, to be honest, we only got 13 on the lead lap. A lot of cars out of the race already. We could have a little bit of a green flag look to this thing obviously right now, just almost 100 laps in here tonight.
Right, I definitely think that's going to affect the how many cautions we get with the field thinning out like it is. So we're actually getting close to halfway here, about 28 laps away. So all things considered, this is actually going by kind of fast.
Yeah. Tell you what, did a lot of racing here over the weekend, and yeah, this is a lot better racing than what I was a part of this weekend. So it's good to see Green Flag Racing, and just wanted to quickly look at where these guys next week. They go another short track next week at Richmond. So Martinsville this week, Richmond next week. Couple good short tracks here in the middle of this season now.
Right, and they are both short tracks, but they are also very different.
Oh yes.
You can see when you look at a track map for when you look at Martinsville and then you look at Richmond, they're both short tracks. However, Richmond is higher banked. It's got a curved front straightaway, and overall it's kind of I don't know what the right word would be to use. Oh, we actually Isaiah McLean having some trouble here. They're going to be able to get around him, but they are really very different tracks, even though they are both short tracks.
Another guy in the lead lap we have not mentioned today and has had a couple of really good runs this season. Good finishes back there in 11th, racing Nicholas Lavella. Daniel Mosteller back there trying to get into the top 10. Started back in 22nd, and yes, I know he's got a couple of good runs this season, and trying to continue that here as he gets into the top 10, racing for 9th and 10th back here.
Yeah, so far doing a good job closing in on these guys and trying to become a part of this battle as we get into the 3-digit lap marker of this race. 101 laps complete of 250 here. And really, like I was saying, these laps have gone by fairly quickly, all things considered. Sam Rice, who is currently
2 laps down.
We got 2 laps down, about to go 3 down here.
Now, last time by, 2 laps ago, Ashley was actually 2/10 quicker than Quentin, but then that last lap, Quentin picked it up and was faster. So they're definitely a back and forth, again, evenly matched, I think, tonight. These cars, and yeah, that lap there, you know, he was going on the lap car, but Ashley gained another 1/10 of a second. So trying to run Quentin back down.
Now let's take a look at the lap times here.
Yeah.
As you can see, you know, comparing it here. So lap 100, Ashley closed in here by about 1/100th here, and then lap 101 closed in by 2/10. Fell back just a little more by 4/100th. Lap 103 closed in by a 10th, and then the last lap lost ground by 7/100th. Let's see what it was that last lap.
Yeah.
Last
Very
lap,
back and forth.
Last lap, Ashley was 2/100th quicker.
Yeah, it's crazy how one lap one's faster and the next lap the
Right.
next one's faster. It's just they're so evenly matched. One little tiny mess up and the other driver's just gonna be quicker. So a couple of lap cars, Quentin's catching. Looks like it's James Colabully and Charles Jurek, who's still on the lead lap here, but gonna lose that lap now as Quentin goes to the inside here, going into 3.
Yeah, a lot of the guys up here have, you know, managed to stay on the lead lap, but then there's a lot of other guys who have really just, you know, gotten damage and just haven't been able to hold off the leaders. But we'll see if Ashley can use these lap cars to her advantage. Doesn't look like she's going to be able to yet. Still trying to wait for the car to really kick in for the long run pace, and we're really starting to get it here.
Yeah, and Quentin got around those 2 lap cars good.
Right.
Not so much for Ashley coming off 4 there. Oh, we got a caution flag.
All right,
Crash,
all
big
right.
crash.
I'm just gonna stop talking about long runs, because every time we do,
Oh, Daniel
forgot.
Mosteller and
yeah, Davey
Davey
Hendricks.
Hendricks. I know they were racing for about that 10th position, I think, so obviously maybe some contact. Let's take a look at what happened here, Hayes.
Yeah, let's see if we can figure out how this happened. Alrighty, let's see here. You can see Daniel Mosteller's behind Davey Hendricks. Might have been the same situation as what happened to Keithley.
Yep.
Yeah, looks like Daniel drove it in fairly hard. Actually, you can already see Davey's kind of losing control a little bit into the corner, and then Daniel, I guess.
You know,
Looks like
they
he's-
kind of both were. I mean,
Right, they're
you know,
both
we saw the
seeing-
38 sideways. The 87 was kind of sideways, I think, trying to keep it off Davey, and then kind of when it corrected, he just got into the back of him and turned him around.
I think that's pretty much right. And they both go for a spin. The other guys behind able to do a good job at missing them. And then, actually, it looked like they made contact again. See, Davey's trying to get it turned back around. So is Daniel. And then they both hit each other again, kind of having trouble getting back going.
I'll tell you what, very interesting call right here on this caution flag. Quentin Warman came down pit road to get tires, but everybody else up in the top 5 stayed out.
Oh wow! So yeah, that's gonna put Ashley Molyneux back in the lead.
And we're definitely seeing a little bit of fall off. These cars so far look they were only falling off about 7-8 tenths. It looks like on a long run, but yeah, interesting call here with, you know, only having 4 sets of tires. Quentin
Right.
already using 2 sets, and we're not even halfway yet. That's kind of interesting.
Right, definitely, you know, an interesting call by Quentin. He's going to lose the track position, but we'll see how quickly he's able to pick it up with the fresher tires. Let's see, who should we get up here?
So
Let's,
you want to get a word in with somebody?
yeah, let's try to get a word in with Cole Freilich, currently running in third.
Alrighty. Here you go. There he is.
Hey, Cole, it says up in the booth. You got a copy.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
All right, man. So we saw you involved in that big crash early on, but you've been able to stay up here inside the top 10, and you're currently running inside the top 3. How would you say all things considered, how would you say the race has gone for you so far?
It's been pretty laid back, other than the incident there at the start. I mean, I just hit the wall here under yellow, but that's because I'm trying to fix some stuff with the wheel because it's not acting right. But yeah, we're having a good time. It's been pretty laid back. Tires are just going away here on that last run.
Yeah. So you know, we've seen drivers struggle with the turning of their cars, and you know, a lot of guys getting loose. But you know, with the you do have some damage on the car, but with that damage, how is the car handling for you?
Ah, she's handled perfect.
All right, man. We'll let you go back green here, and good luck throughout the rest of the race, man.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right.
All right, Ashley Molyneux back in the lead as the pace truck pulls down pit road once again, getting ready to complete 114 laps of 250, coming off of turn number 4. And green flag back in the air. Once again, a good restart by Ashley Molyneux.
Yes, and now it's going to be really interesting to see. Quentin Warman is restarting way back in the 9th position on fresher tires and everybody in front of him. So we'll see. He's got to be patient here, not get involved in any trouble here, and just pick them off one at a time. But Ashley Molyneux clear to the lead once again, who dominated this first run of the race earlier today.
Right, and you can see Quentin already looking like he's on the move, trying to make up these positions. Actually, almost looked like he was going to take it 3 wide there. He lays back here. Gets a good run through the corner. I think he might do it this time.
Oh, man. Got to be careful.
No, he backs off again.
This is where we got to see, you know, we talk about, you know, this kid you're talking about. Let's see if he has patience getting through the field. He has a huge advantage right now. He's just got to, you know, be calm and just pick off these drivers one by one. He'll get to the front. You just don't do anything stupid here and keep that car clean.
He was able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone there and get by Sean Williams and Nicholas Lavelle in the same corner to move back up to the 6th position. Now his next challenge is going to be Tony Hilbrand's. Now Ashley Molyneux, about 0.4 of a second, has pulled away from Howie Briss there in the number 97, and they head on to the back straightaway. He's going to open that up to now about 0.5 of a second. Quentin Warman gets by Tony Hilbrands to get back into the top 5. Now he's going to try to handle Aaron Smith.
Yeah, and really, you can just see he can just drive into the corner so much deeper. He can get in the gas. Definitely a lot better than all these drivers. You're going to see them. I mean, look at the run he's going to get off to here.
Right,
I mean,
look at this.
He'll get to the inside of Aaron. We'll outbrake him going into this corner. Just a big tire advantage, and he's being really smart getting through all these cars as well. So up to 4th there for Quentin.
Right, and I mean, even at a short track here, that's the difference that fresher tires can make. He's already made his way back up to 4th. Now he's going to try to run down Cole Freilich, who we just talked to. And to be honest, I don't think Cole's going to be able to hold him off. But the longer he stays behind these guys, the more Ashley's going to be able to pull away, which is really what Ashley wants. And if I'm Ashley, I'm hoping that we can run another 20, 30 laps, try to keep Quentin behind, and then by the time there's another caution, we can pit, take the fresher tires. That way we can have the advantage over him, and even if he pits, that's 1 less tire set that he has than us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I think that could come back to bite him a little bit in this race. It just depends on really how the cautions fall. Look at Cole kind of running Quentin down the track just a little bit. Really pinching hard, actually.
Made.
Wow.
To be honest, Cole raced him a lot harder than I thought he was going to.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a...
we got a caution flag. Tony Hilbrands, I think, is one of the guys involved. Yeah, he's spun around here in the middle of 3 and 4. Let's go to the replay.
He was running in the 6th position.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Take a look at what happened here to Tony. It appears to be, I mean, not by himself, but he's got somewhat of a gap in front and behind him. Not sure if maybe he just lost it. I mean, you can tell right here he's already sideways. Oh, and yep, just immediately the slightest
That overcorrect a little bit, yeah.
immediately counter steers back up the track hard into the outside wall. And that brings out the caution. I believe that's our 5th caution of the race.
And yeah, and we're gonna be at halfway right now this time by, and Ashley, Howie, all of them still stay out on this caution flag, saving those sets of tires. I thought maybe this would have been a perfect time to pit, being halfway. But I guess they're still going to save them tires, and yeah, so no pitting there for the leaders.
Yeah, they're going to continue to stay out, try to maintain track position, I guess. So we'll see if this ends up working out for these guys. Let's try to who should we get a word in with? Actually, no, you decide. You'd be the one.
All right. Well, we'll get Sean Williams up here. He's always fun to talk to.
You read my mind.
Sean Williams, it's Jared Darling and Hayes. Got a copy?
Hi, Jared Bear.
Well, I have some unfortunate news for you. Taylor Swift is not looking pretty on the back of that car right now.
Oh, so I've been told.
But obviously involved in the carnage at the beginning of the race. But you're still up here.
What was that?
I
Oh my
mean,
God.
yeah, that they were trying to copy what happened yesterday in the real race, but but you know, how's the car with the damage and you know, running up here in the top 10? You got anything for anybody in front of you?
I don't know. I mean, the damage is fine. For somehow, I only had like 9 seconds. And
Well, I'll tell you what, it looks more like 9 minutes. But anyway.
I don't know. I'm not great at Martinsville, but this car is for joy myself, so I'm just trying to hang in there, and just be there at the end, you know.
Yeah. Well, at least you're enjoying yourself. I mean, Martinsville, usually a lot of people don't enjoy, so that's one good thing to hear.
Don't get me wrong. I always like get destroyed here, like obliterated, but it's still a fun track.
Well, that's good. That's great. I'm glad to hear that. So far, thought maybe he was going to get into the back of Quentin there, but moved Cole up to 3rd.
Noticing we had some connection issues there momentarily, but looks like we are back. My apologies for that, folks. But we are back now and going to watch this battle. Quentin Warman with the fresher tires coming up on Ashley Molyneux. We'll see if she's able to hold him off here. Still just past halfway, 120 laps remain. We'll see if Quentin's able to run her down and get by her.
Yeah, and really, the farther, and with the caution, the cooling the tires down, I mean, there might not be that much of a difference now between the tire, but maybe not as much.
To make it stick pretty well. Let's go a little further back here and take a look at Aaron Smith here, right behind Howie Briss, battling for the 4th position. And Aaron does have some damage to the front of that car, but really not much. And he's been able to keep it quietly inside the top 5 for a lot of the race.
Oh, here we go. Finally, battle for the lead. Quentin Warman into the inside of Ashley, side by side through 1 and 2. I think he's going to be able to easily outbrake her going into this corner.
And clears her for the lead. Quentin Warman back to the lead.
Oh, he got sideways there.
Oh, Ashley's going to try to take advantage of this and go back to the inside.
How about that? Wow.
Oh, she may not be done yet. He's got a good run off the corner.
Oh, man. Quentin got by her and got sideways, and now he doesn't have that bottom lane.
And she almost clears him again. She does.
He's just going to get back in behind her and try again. But, wow, a mistake there as Quentin went by her, got sideways, and Ash got the lead back.
Tell you what, could have been a lot worse, though. So, luckily, he was able to save it. He's going to try that move again, only this time without getting loose, and try to make it work here. But these are just more laps that Ashley is being allowed to lead. So, but she also gets another opportunity to try to hold him off again. And, I mean, every lap that ticks by, that's just more wear on Quentin's tires. So, it's going to get evened out here. Shouldn't be too long from now. But, yeah, all things considered, she's doing a great job holding him off.
Yeah, the tires have definitely evened out. It looks like for sure now. So good call. You know, Ashley staying out here and saving them tires as we are getting closer and closer to about 100 laps to go, 110 right now. And it is fully dark here at Martinsville as well. So conditions, you know, a lot of grip out there on the track, and this place looks cool at night anyway.
Yeah, it really does. And, 110 laps, that may sound like a lot, but here at Martinsville, that's not much at all with how quickly these laps go by. So, definitely, I'd say we're entering the later stages of this race here tonight. So, it's only going to get crazier from here. And, I mean, it's really, I would say it's going to come down to the top two right now, but, I mean, anything can happen at Martinsville, even in, a short time span of 100 laps. So, a lot of these guys behind, they've been staying there, inside the top 5, top 10 throughout the race, but if something happens to these top two, they're going to be there to pounce.
I'll tell you what, if these two are right by each other at the end of the race, like we heard Howie talk about in his interview, he's kind of just banking on them getting together, and he just kind of sneaking by getting a win. And I mean, these two are just so evenly matched, and if they're like this at the end of the race, there could be some contact. You never know when it comes down to racing for the win.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. When it comes down to winning the race, you got to get aggressive. You got to be willing to make some contact in certain situations if you want that win. So, and both of these drivers are willing to do that. So, it's just a matter of who has to make the move at a certain time, if that makes sense. It's just, and that can be a tough situation. When you're behind a driver at a track like this, with just a few laps to go, you're racing for the win. You know what you want to do, but you got to make sure you do it right. You got to make sure you do it. You don't want to wreck the driver. You just got to get them out of your way, but still make sure you're both going straight, and so that you can win the race. But I mean, in these cars with how sensitive they are, as far as contact goes,
that
it's
can
huge. Really be tough to do.
Oh, Ashley got sideways that time.
Quentin's gonna take a peek to the inside, but she shuts the door.
Yeah, when she got back to the throttle, that car really stepped out, and but still hanging on. I mean, Quentin's probably got to be a little confused and frustrated. Knowing he has the fresher tires and he just still can't get by for the lead. Got to be a little frustrating, I feel like, for him.
Yeah, for sure. Knowing that this person, I mean, definitely has got equal pace with you, maybe a little bit faster. That can definitely be a frustrating thing, but he's going to continue to try. He's not quite going to give up. They are coming up on a lap car that is... I'm trying to figure out who that is. I believe it is the... No? I'll figure it out at some point. I really don't know who that is that they're going on.
It's going to be Michael Keithley.
Michael Keithley, okay.
There you go.
Michael Keithley currently in the 16th position.
8 laps down. Yeah, he's had a tough race for sure.
Yeah, and he's going to be 9 laps down here fairly soon. 100 laps remain here from the Martinsville Speedway. And again, like I said, depending on how many cautions there are, those laps are going to wind down fast.
Yep. Yeah, if it does, especially if it stays green here. And it's so interesting watching this line that Quentin's running. Let's say I'm going to talk about it now. He's not going to do it. But he's been entering really high, and he does it again. Enters way up here in the middle, but then he's going to cut it down right here. Try to get that run off the corner. And it's working a little bit, but he just still can't get that run to get inside.
Yeah, he's just not quite able to... not quite able to fully execute on it just yet. I tell you what, just under 100 laps to go here. Why don't we have our own Martinsville crank it up?
All right, let's do it.
And we saw from the right front camera, Cole Fralick goes for a spin, and that is going to bring out the caution with about 95 laps to go. Let's go to the replay here and see if we can figure out how this happened. Caution number 7. Thank you to the person in chat keeping up with this. I actually lost count. Oh, and I think I know how this started.
Yeah, let's take a look
So
here.
see, here's Cole. And the 13 is slow here on the bottom. And Cole, I guess, did not realize that the 13 was still there.
Wow, yeah.
13 wasn't quite slow enough to the point
Oh,
where he could
man.
let Cole by, and they make contact. Just wrong place,
Oh,
wrong
right
time
in front of.
for
Oh,
Cole.
and then Aaron Smith got clipped right when he came down the track.
Let's take a look. Oh, yeah, he did.
Man.
That sends Aaron around.
Now this time,
Yeah.
Quentin stays out and everybody pits. So, interesting call here now. But I think he was almost forced to stay out because he's only got 2 sets left.
Right, I think this was their plan all along. Was to
Yeah, and this is.
But actually, more guys stay out. Jeffrey Fisher, Tony Hilbrands.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
yeah.
Molyneux actually stayed out.
She pitted.
If I'm correct. Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, I saw her come down. But yeah, it looks like, yeah, you're right. These top 3, though, staying out. So, yeah, Jeffrey Fisher, we haven't talked about him much up here. Started way back in 21st and up to 2nd now. He will be on this restart. Tony Hilbrandt, who's kind of had a wild race
yeah, for
there
sure.
in 3rd.
Let's see here. Why don't we talk to Tony?
All right, here you go.
Actually, I think
And-
it's. Is it your turn to interview somebody?
I
Or
had
did you
Sean
talk to-
last time.
Okay, yeah.
All right, here you go.
Hey, Tony, it's Hayes and Jared up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Going pretty well, man. So, running there inside the top 3. We've been seeing you throughout the race running quietly inside the top 10. And you were involved in some of the earlier stuff, but you've been able to, really find pace even with that damage, and you're staying up inside the top 5. How would you say the race has gone for you so far?
Either in the top 5 or I'm in the back because of wrecks. That last one, I was watching them ahead of me get into it, and I just lost the rear end on entry, and I got 2 minutes of damage right now, so I'm just hoping it doesn't blow up before the night's over.
Yeah, for sure. You've been able to manage it fairly well here. So, what are your plans going to be in these final 90-ish laps? To try to stay up there at the front.
Just try to stay out of as much trouble as possible and keep the tires under me, and hope it doesn't blow up, like I said.
All right, man. Well,
All
I'll
right.
let you go, and good luck in these final 90 laps.
Thanks for the show.
Alrighty. So, Quentin Warman going to be your leader. Jeffrey Fisher to his outside. Jeffrey started 21st, and now he is currently in 2nd here with 19 laps to go. But Ashley Molyneux there in 4th. First driver on fresher tires. We'll see if she can get back up there. 90 laps remain. Quentin Warman leads.
Oh,
and
and then he
Oh,
gets hit.
no, and Ashley barely misses him.
Wow.
That will bring out the caution.
Oh,
Jeffrey
man.
Fisher
Tony just went in
slides.
there a little bit too much. Got into the back of Jeffrey there.
And alright, let's go to the replay here. That is our 8th caution of the night. And let's see.
I tell you
here.
what, you said it right away. Ashley somehow
Right, that
got
was
through that. I
really
mean, that
close.
was so close.
So you can see Jeffrey's moving to the inside. And Tony just, I guess, drives it in a little too hard. Barely taps in. I mean, not very hard contact. But again, that just shows how sensitive these
Yeah.
cars are to contact. And that sends Jeffrey for a spin. And again, Ashley,
Woo, man, you got
barely-
the
I
had
thought
to
she
show a
was,
replay of on board with her.
Right.
That was crazy right there.
I thought she was going to get clipped and go around as well. But that was, I don't know if you could fit a piece of paper in between her car
No,
and his.
definitely not. That was close.
But yeah, let's go on board with Ashley as she misses that wreck. Let's go on board with her for that restart. Here we go. Let's ride along with Ashley. She barely misses this wreck.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy right here. It's like some Days of Thunder stuff right there.
I mean, look at this. Man. Really, really close there.
Whew. And I mean, there might have been a little bit of a nudge from when he spun, but I don't think there's hardly any damage there to Ashley. She should be fine. But yeah, that was a close call there for getting big time damage there for her.
Yeah, that was a very close call for sure. Let's see if we can find somebody else to talk to. Is Quentin in the Discord right now?
He is not.
Okay, let's see here. Well, actually, again, it's your turn to talk, so you can choose somebody.
Yeah, we'll get James Coolbelly up here.
All right.
James Coolbelly, you're in the booth. This is Jared Darling. Got a copy?
Hey, what's up, Jared?
Hey, man. Just wanted to pull you up here and talk to you, see how you're doing. Just got in the lead lap, but that car doesn't look too pretty. But tell us about your race and how's the car with all that damage out there?
My race is going pretty good. I just wanted to, stay in the hunt for the top 10 and just driving when I can get.
Yep. Well, that top 10's definitely possible with what we've seen here tonight. But how's the car driving for you? And loose, tight? I mean, how's it feeling for you?
It's okay. It's a little tight center. I wasn't really expecting that. And then, if you get on the gas too early on exit, it starts spinning. But otherwise, it's pretty good.
All right, they're already going back green, so we'll let you go. Just want to see how you're doing. All right, good luck.
Have a good night.
All right, that was a quick word with Mr. James Coolbelly. But they are going back green already. This time, Ashley Molyneux in second. Quentin still the leader. Green flag goes back out into the air. Back underway here. 84 laps to go. Field races down to turns 1 and 2. And now we'll see if Ashley can pull the crossover. James Coolbelly actually just coming out of pit road.
Oh, man.
So this is going to be a challenge for the leaders here. Howie Briss trying to take a peek to the inside of Ashley. James is going to go down to the bottom of the track and let these guys go. That's the best thing you can do. And now Ashley's going to try to give a shot at Quentin. She gets a
but Tony just got a turn right behind these guys. And that was because they caught that slow car of James Coolbelly, who I just talked to. Yeah, they were trying to go 3 wide on the outside of James, and there just wasn't enough room, and Tony got tapped around once again.
All right, let's go to the replay here once again. Caution number 9. And all right, let's take a look at how this happened. See Cole Fralick there on the inside of Tony as they're coming up on James, and this is a tricky part of the track. Is James is having to, try to manage his car turning on the inside while also letting these guys go, and Cole is having to go a little bit higher here to try to miss James. And it gets really tight here, and Cole clips the left rear quarter panel of Tony, sends Tony for a spin, and Tony backs it into the wall. I don't think too hard, though.
Yeah, what's a little more damage on a car that's already damaged,
Yeah,
It'd be all right.
A little bit more of a dent to that car, but yeah, definitely going to be a loss in track position as well. That brings out our 9th caution of the night here on lap 170.
Keep in mind, when I guessed how many cautions there'd be tonight, it was before I knew admin, so that's why I'm way off.
That is true. So,
in case you guys didn't know, we tried to guess, and
yeah,
we're nowhere near there.
Nowhere near.
Which is good.
Still got
It's
80 laps left.
It's a good thing, though.
Yeah, that is a good thing, without a doubt. So, right here, folks, we are going to go to a quick caution break, but don't worry, we will get right back to you with the action here shortly. getting back to it here. Gonna restart on lap 174 of 250 here tonight. Quentin Warman's still your leader, but Ashley Molyneux right there in second, trying to take advantage here, see what she can do on the outside. And here we go, back to the green flag. Good jump for Quentin Warman, but Ashley's going to be able to pull back to the inside. Actually, no, she stays on the outside, but is going to try to arc it down to the bottom and see if she can't get a run off of the corner. Bringing it down here through 3 and 4. She's able to make it stick pretty well, get that run off the corner. She's going to try see what she can do here, but it's going to be hard to make the pass.
Yeah, for sure. We saw that the opposite way when Quentin had the fresh tires. He couldn't really get by her, but I feel like Ashley's probably a little bit of the more of the dominant car here tonight we've seen, but that track position is really important right now.
Right, for sure. 75 laps to go here. Again, not a long way, so these drivers are really going to have to go for what they can get at this point in the race with this late portion that we're heading into. So Ashley Molyneux entering high, arcing it down low, able to get a good run.
Yeah, look at the run there. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that was very well done there. And just still trying to see.
Oh,
the
man.
car steps out there on entry. That's going to lose her some ground. And actually, she's got Tony Hilbrand, or not Tony Hilbrand, sorry, Howie Briss right behind her, trying to take advantage. But the car did step out. So she lost some of that ground. She's going to have to make that back up.
Yeah, Howie Briss has been in third, I think, this entire race here tonight, it seems like. And he's just waiting, like you said. He's just waiting. But, yeah, Ashley really got in the brakes hard there, and that thing almost spun out. But she's got it back going and going to try again here on Quentin.
Yeah, she did a good job saving it. But she's going to get another shot at it as well. So we'll see if she's able to make it work. As we see a little further back here, Cole Frelick coming up to Howie Briss, trying to take that third position and finish on the podium here tonight with a damaged car. The damaged car actually seems to be able to keep up with the pretty much undamaged car. Ashley Molyneux gotten right back up to the back bumper of Quentin Warman. She definitely is faster, just needs the right time and the right opportunity to set up the pass.
Oh, man, right there, but he gets a decent run off the corner, the 7 does, but Ashley's going to do the same thing now, going to kind of enter high and cut low here, try to get a run here.
Uses the curb a little bit, and Quentin actually got loose.
Whoever the leader is, it's just it gets the better run off the corners, and it's really, really hard to pass leader here. It definitely looks like here tonight.
It is definitely always a challenge to make a competitive pass here at Martinsville, but we know that Ashley's capable of doing it. We know Quentin's capable of doing it. They've both shown that here tonight. But look at Howie Briss here right behind him. If something happens between these two, he's there to pounce.
And this is the closest Howie has been. I mean, he's been able to hang with these front two here on this short run. Definitely has improved throughout the race here with his pace.
Yeah, for sure. He's able to really stay up there with these two as they're coming up on a lapped car here. I believe that's Michael Keithley.
Yep. And actually, behind these front four, battle for 5th, Scott Shire trying to get into the top 5 here underneath Sean Williams. And put that 4 car into the top 5. And there's Aaron Smith right behind. Which, Aaron Smith, I've kind of been a little confused. I mean, he's been decent, but just definitely not a contender for the the win or the lead at all here tonight.
Yeah, definitely a little unexpected to see him falling a little further back than usual here. But yeah, Scott Shire, we've talked about him a couple times. He's been getting up inside the top 10, like we said, started 20th, and now he's finally made his way up inside the top 5. Definitely showing some speed here tonight.
Yeah, this is a great run for him. Top 5 would be awesome. And we got a battle for the lead, Hayes. Side by side, Ashley is there finally.
She was able to get to the inside. Quentin's going to try to defend here on the outside, but I just don't think he's going to be able to do it.
So hard. Yep.
And she
She's got him this
clears, and
time.
Ashley Molyneux takes
He ain't
the
gonna
lead
give up,
back
though.
with 64 laps to go. Quentin tried to fight back for it, but Ashley's just got more pace.
Yeah, but now the situation, now that Ashley got ahead, she can probably just pull away here pretty easily. Quentin's definitely going to need a yellow flag before the end of this race if he wants any chance of winning this race, I think.
Yeah, I think that's...
Get those tires even.
Yeah, I think that's right. So it's just a matter of will we get another caution or will we go green from here to the finish? Gonna have to find out. 62 laps remain this time by. It's just all a matter of can these drivers hang on to it until the finish, or will somebody lose that car? Just never know what can happen at this track. So we're gonna have to see. These laps will wind down pretty quickly, especially if it goes green. So Ashley's gonna continue to try to pull away with it now.
Yep, and Howie Brish trying to put the pressure on Quentin as well for that second spot now, and he actually gets a good run there going into one. Howie Brish looking for that second place. He hasn't been anywhere higher than third basically this whole race, and he's looking pretty good here as this race has gone into the nighttime for sure.
Yeah, definitely Howie's definitely starting to pick up the pace now, and let's take a look here. Scott Shire trying to close in on Cole Freilich for the 4th position. He's about 9/10 of a second back.
And he's doing it. He was faster than Cole that last lap, and he's catching him.
Now let's take a look here. That last lap, he was about 8/10 of a second behind him. Let's see how far behind he is next time around. Was able to close in there a little bit off the corner. Cole seems to be pulling away.
Yeah, that time he did. Yep.
Yeah. So back up here, Ashley's increased the gap to about half a second.
Yep.
And I think
About a half a second pulling away now. We still got 14 cars on the lead lap here in this race.
I think really think the gap between Ashley and Quentin is only going to get bigger as this run goes on. Oh, actually, as I say that, Ashley tags the wall there, kind of misjudges it. Tags the wall on entry.
Wow, you can just see Quentin. He's so sideways off the corner on the older tires. He's trying so hard to be able to keep up with that 45, but I don't know if it's going to happen here unless we get a yellow.
Yeah, I think you're right. So. And I have a feeling that's the last thing Ashley's wanting right now is a yellow.
Yep.
So he's just hoping these final 55 laps go green. But it's going to be interesting. I mean, Martinsville usually has a trend of having late race cautions. But we'll see if we get that here tonight. Let's take a look here. Scott Shire still trying to close in on Cole Freilich.
Yep.
The gap has increased to about a second. But I mean, again, a top 5 for Scott, would still be a great performance for him. And how about Davey Hendricks, able to get his way back inside the top 10, doing a good job of it. And also same for Charles Jurek.
Yeah.
Who was involved in a wreck, I believe, earlier in the race, went a lap down. I think 1 or 2 laps down, actually. And now he's back on the lead lap, running inside the top 10.
Yeah, I was just about to mention how he's made a pretty nice comeback into the top 10, making his first start over here again, we mentioned, and just having a nice run. The car isn't too badly damaged. It's a lot better than a lot of these cars out here tonight, and he's keeping it the best he can right here, and right inside 10th place.
Yeah, definitely doing a good job holding on to that car. Now back up here with the leaders. Gap now 7/10 of a second between Ashley Molyneux and Quentin Warman, continuing to slowly but surely increase between those two drivers. And actually, again, Howie not losing ground to Quentin. In fact, he's been able to really stay within a couple of tenths of Quentin. And I mean, he could be a threat here to potentially take over. Like I said, if something were to happen to these top two, he's definitely going to be the one to pounce. With 50 laps to go, it could happen.
Yep. Leaders coming up on 1 lap car here. The 13 of James Mahone, 7 laps down in 15th. But yeah, about to go maybe 8 laps down as he goes up the track, and Ashley is there to put him another lap down.
Yeah,
And we got less than 50 to go here at Martinsville.
Yeah, it just hasn't been the night that James Mahone wanted.
No.
Just, was involved in that first crash, or that first big one, and just ever since just has lost pace and just hasn't been able to really get the damage fixed and get back going. But there's winners and losers, and I tell you what, the winners tonight, no matter what, have definitely been Quentin Warman and Ashley Molyneux.
Yep. Yeah, behind these front 3, Scott Shire has run down Cole Freilich now. He is just right close, about 2 tenths behind him, so could maybe see a battle here for that 4th position. That 4 car on the move right now.
Yeah, last time we checked, the gap was about a second, and now it's being cut down to about 2/10 of a second, or just under half a second, actually. So,
Yep.
Scott Shire has been able to run down that number 15 machine, and looking to get inside of the top 4, really showing speed in the late goings of this race. And he's definitely going to be a battle to watch here in these final laps. But yeah, speaking of gap being a second, the gap has now extended to about a second between Ashley Molyneux and Quentin Warman.
Yep.
Actually, Quentin is able to close on the straightaways. He seems to have
that
pace.
time by, he gained just about barely a little bit that time, but he was actually faster than Ashley that last lap, just by about 100th of a second.
Yeah, he does seem to be able to have the pace on the straightaways and on corner exit, but on entry and through the middle of the corner, Ashley's the
man.
one with the pace.
I mean, this is impressive still because Quentin is on much
Right.
older tires than everybody around him, and he's still able to hang on in 2nd place. I mean, it's a pretty impressive drive here tonight by that young fella.
Yeah, without a doubt. And again, Howie Briss able to stay within several tenths of Quentin, and continue to put pressure on him from behind. I tell you what, we weren't quite able to really do it for a couple of cautions ago, but let's try our shot again here at a Crank It Up.
All right.
Coming up to 32 laps to go here from Martinsville Speedway. The gap now about 9/10 of a second, staying about the same as when we last checked between Ashley Molyneux and Quentin Warman. Now the question is, will Quentin have any pace here on the long run, or will Ashley be able to maintain the gap?
And I tell you what, that gap was a second, and last time by it's down to 7/10. So, Quentin still has pace, which to me is just so impressive. Having the older tires, and we got
there's a
crash
caution.
on the front stretch,
Tony
right in front of the
Hilbrands.
leaders.
Tony Hilbrands.
Oh man, now we're
man.
setting up for a shootout, and
so-
everybody's gonna pit here for tires, I would think.
Cap said in the chat, he said, according to my trends, the last yellow in these Martinsville races, lap 227, you were 7 laps off.
Well,
Well,
that just we could have a
last
restart, and it
yellow.
might happen
Right,
again.
that I didn't think about that. He said last yellow. So let's go to the replay here and see how this happened.
Caution number 10 here tonight.
We've entered the double digits.
Yep.
Let's take a look at how this caution was brought out. Tony was here right behind Charles Jurek, side by side with him. And, Charles actually, I guess, car kind of stepped out a little bit, it looks like.
Yeah.
I think there was some net code involved. Let's take a look here. From
Man.
Let's take a look from a different point of view.
I tell you what, Tony Hilbrands has been in at least 5 of the cautions tonight, I feel like.
Yeah.
Man, it's just a tough break for him tonight.
Let's look at that in slow motion, because I believe there was net code involved.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Yeah, it looks like... Yeah, car just steps out a little bit.
Yeah, he did get a little loose on the
Yeah.
outside there, but
Definitely a little bit of net code involved, but yeah, hard into the wall for
Yeah.
both of them.
I'll tell you what, Tony Hilbrands, that car is... he's hit about everything tonight.
I tell you what, that's not what Ashley wanted.
No. And now Quentin's on even tires, and it looks like he came off pit road in third. Ashley's going to hang on to the lead. Howie Briss will restart in second. Kind of saw some games there coming off pit road. Quentin Warman actually slowed down and let Howie get in front of him
Yeah.
so he could have that inside line going into one. Kind of a smart move, I feel like, there.
But the thing is, if Quentin is not able to get a good restart, then Howie could potentially clear him to get
Yep.
to the inside. And that's just going to be more of a battle that Quentin's going to have to try to get up there. So,
Yeah, for sure.
You know, we'll have to see if this plays out in Quentin's favor. It's going to be very interesting to see. I believe we're going to restart with 26 laps to go if
Yep.
it's 1 to green this time by.
We should get the
So,
1 to go signal here next time by, and now it's about 25 laps to go when we get going, and it's going to be just a shootout between, I believe, like we've seen all race, that 45 and the 7 here. So it's going to be a good battle.
Yep, for sure. So, coming around, should be 1 lap to green. Yes, it is. So, Ashley
How
Molyneux.
about, look at this.
Oh, actually, some games actually that Ashley played with Howie and Quentin. If Ashley is able to get the jump here, she can move down in front of Howie, and that's still gonna leave Howie in front of Quentin. So
Yeah, they could be maybe. I don't know if they're working together a little bit. I mean, 25 laps to go. It's kind of crazy to think about. But that's a great point there, Hayes. We'll have to see what happens here.
Well, we'll see what happens. 26 laps remain. And, yep, just as we expected, another good jump for
Look at
Ashley
that.
Molyneux. Howie Briss able to stay to the inside. And this is going to hold off Quentin for a little bit, and this could allow Ashley to pull away.
Yes, because Howie Briss is not going to be easy to pass. He's had third place
Right.
speed this whole race. Quentin's really wow, look at Cole Frelick pinching. We've seen him do that a couple times here
Yeah.
today. Oh, and he's getting so
Oh,
close to
man.
that 7 off the corner. Thought he was going to turn him.
Got really close there. We know Cole is an aggressive driver, so this
Yes.
isn't
yes.
really surprising to see him racing.
Oh,
He's
that's
loose.
sideways he is off the corner.
Dirt tracking it off of turn 2. He's able to keep the car going, and now Howie Briss able to move up to second.
Yes.
Which is not, like you say, he's been in third almost the entire race. So he's going to try to hold Quentin off, see if he can't get that second position. He's going to have to do it for about 23 laps here. Quentin's fast. We'll see if Howie's able to hold him off. We saw in the last run how he was able to keep a close gap to Quentin. So now that he's gotten by him, we'll see if he's able to hold him off.
And look here, Quentin trying to look to that inside here. Not
Quentin.
quite though.
Quentin actually just ran the fastest lap of the race of any
Yeah.
driver in this race, a 20.46. So so far the fastest one on the track right now.
Yeah, but he has 2 cars to go through now to get this win. He has to get by Howie as fast as he can if he
Right.
wants any shot at Ashley.
Because 21 laps, that goes by very quickly
Yes.
here at Martinsville. So he does not have much time at all to get to Ashley. So he's got to get to Howie. He's got to get by Howie as quickly as possible. I'd say if he doesn't get by Howie within the next 5 laps, his chances might be over.
Might have a shot right here. Howie slipped it just a little bit, but not quite. Howie still gets run off the corner. And we'll see how how impatient he gets here with this 97. Kind of hits the curb there a little bit.
Tell you what, if I'm Quentin, I'm already fuming. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm ready to
Well,
get by him and
they
get back up
definitely,
there.
Howie and Ashley, they definitely worked together on that restart,
Yeah.
that was a great call by them to do that. It's really working out in Ashley's favor.
Yeah, for sure. She is able to build.
But
a little
really,
bit of
if
a
I'm
gap
Howie
around her.
Briss, my best chance to win is if I let Quentin go. I mean,
That is
if
true.
he gets up there and races with him, with Ashley, that gives him a better chance to win if they make contact races for the win. So that's kind of an interesting position that Howie's in right here.
That is a good point. You know, if I'm confident that Quentin is faster and that he could catch, Ashley, I mean, that's really
Yeah,
not
I
a
mean,
bad
second,
point.
third, who cares? I mean, I'd let him go here and say, here, go fight for the win, and I'll go on by when y'all wreck each other. That's what I'd be
I
thinking.
mean,
but
that is a good point though. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I really wonder if Howie has taken that into consideration. But yeah, that is a good point that you make. We'll see if he ends up making that decision before it's too late. But I mean, time's really running out for Quentin.
Yep. Yeah, and these laps, like you always said, they're going to go by in a hurry here. Quentin Warman cannot get by Howie Briss here.
Howie's gonna try
He's
to
gonna-
throw it in. No, not quite.
Yeah, and Howie's doing a great job. I mean, he has
He
definitely
really is.
improved his pace throughout the evening here tonight.
Yeah, so 16 laps to go. I mean, Quentin's got to find some way to just put a little bit of his
man.
nose to Howie's inside. That way he can dive it into the corner and put his entire car in there. He's not able to make it work yet. Howie's doing a good job fending him off. And this is exactly what Ashley's wanting to see.
Absolutely, yeah. She's loving what she's seeing behind. Let's see here. Yeah, you think he's going to get that run when he cuts down, and it just doesn't happen. Howie's getting good drive off the corner here, but I mean, Quentin, what's he going to do here? He's got to get by him. He's got a good run here this time. He might have a shot.
Oh, he's going to have to throw it in here. There you go. He takes the opportunity. He gets to the inside. And now he's going to have to try to clear him very quickly. Howie gets loose, and there he goes.
All right,
able
Quentin's
get
got to
right
run
by.
13 qualifying laps right now if he wants to
Right.
catch Ashley Molyneux. So we'll see if he can run him down here in these final 13, 12 laps or so.
He's got 13 laps to make up about 9/10 of a second. So
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
see if he's able to do it. I don't know. I mean, it's possible, but I don't know. He's gonna, like you say, he's gonna have to run 13 qualifying laps to be able to.
Oh,
catch
man,
up
he
with
is
how loose
driving
he's
it, too.
getting.
Look how sideways he is.
With how loose he's getting here, it's gonna be tough to do. I think Ashley's in a good position, but there are a couple of lap cars coming up, so lap traffic can play a factor here.
Yes.
In how this
Yeah,
race
good.
ends. If they check Ashley up, that's gonna be a good opportunity for Quentin.
And do we get a late race yellow?
Right,
Hey,
that's always a
and
possibility.
Chad, what's the trends? Are we going to get a yellow in these last 10 laps? What's going to happen
Yeah,
here?
let's see what he says. We got Larry Mack in the chat. Yeah, I mean, you can see Quentin there. He is within range, but it's just 10 laps to go at Martinsville. It really just is
Yeah,
not likely.
Ashley's pulling away now. She's running some great lap times right now. I mean, last time by,
Right.
well, actually, last time by, she was 2 tons slower, but the couple laps before that, I mean, she really put some distance as she looks to the inside of these lap cars here, and they're going to get way out of the way. That's good.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Quentin's best bet is if the lap cars race Ashley hard, but
Oh man, he actually caught that 13 at a really
Yeah.
bad time.
yeah, it does not look like that is happening at all. Lap cars let her by, and they should do the same for Quentin. Yes, they do. Ashley's again gonna come up on James Colabali. So 8 laps remain here from Martinsville Speedway. Ashley with about a 1.4 second lead over Quentin Warman. Quentin trying to close that gap, man, but I think he may need a caution if he's going to have a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to jinx it yet, but, we got coming down 6-7 laps to go here. You kind of called it at the beginning of the show here, saying Ashley Molino is probably, the driver to beat here tonight. And, I mean, she has just drove a great race here tonight and did the strategy right with the tires. Him and Quentin, they got off sequence with tires and still was able to just, control this race, it seemed like, besides that one pit stop. And now we're just down to a few laps to go here, and it's looking good for that 45 car.
It really is. Looking to get her second victory of the season. We had a great finish a few weeks ago at the Auto Club Speedway.
Yes.
That was actually, I believe, 2 races ago. So she was able to pick up her first win of the season there, and now just 5 laps away from her second, and looking to make up more ground in the standings. Quentin is closing in a little bit. If we take a look here at the lap times, you can see Ashley did pull away, but on laps 243, 243, and 244, he was able to close. But that last lap, she was able to pull away by a tenth of a second. So it's really just kind of all over the place.
Yeah, really. I mean, Quentin's just driving as hard as he can. I mean, he's kicking the car out sideways off every corner it's about, but he's just going to run out of time here unless we get a late yellow.
Yeah, I think you're right, and that it's running out of time for that yellow to happen. 2.5 laps to go, and unless there's a wreck within the next lap, that caution ain't going to happen. So this time by 2 laps remain for that number 45 machine. Got to go one more lap, and the race is official.
Yep, 1.1 seconds is the distance here. These 2 drivers have absolutely just put a whooping on everybody else here tonight.
Absolutely.
And coming through 3 and 4 to get the white flag, Ashley Molino. Pretty sure led the most laps here tonight. White flag in the air for her. 1 to go at Martinsville.
Right, and we've seen she's been, she was one of the fastest.
Oh,
we actually have
sideways.
She's having to miss Nicholas Lavelle. That's going to be some time gained by Quentin Warman. Not a timely spin for Quentin, but Ashley's going to be able to hang on her second victory of the season, and Ashley Molino going to take home a grandfather clock here at Martinsville.
And then Quentin Warman, second place, and Howie Briss, who was third the entire race, got third tonight. Here at Martinsville, and man, that we had a car spin there on that last lap, and
that was
Ashley
Nicholas Lavelle.
Kind of got in the wall, maybe a little bit, it looked like, but she still hangs on nonetheless, gets the win.
Right.
Probably a scare though for her on that last lap.
Without a doubt. And you gotta wonder if Quentin was thinking that couldn't have happened a lap sooner.
Yeah, right.
But Ashley Molino
Alrighty.
gonna take it to victory lane, gonna burn it down here on the front straightaway. And the top 3 that we had almost the entire race is how it's going to finish, and in the correct order. So the first guy that we will get up here to interview will be Mr. Howie Briss.
Yep,
So
and we'll get him right now. So
get
here we go. He is here.
Hey, Howie, it's Hayes up in the booth. You got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got a copy.
All right, so you ran third almost the whole race, man, and you end up finishing third, but a good performance, podium finish. How does it feel?
Feels great. Just kind of wish I saved the rears a bit so I could finish ahead of Quentin, but evidently he has a stronger car and he knows more than this track than me, but I love it.
Yeah, for sure, man. So, how did your car, handle for you throughout the race? It seemed like a lot of guys were fighting both understeer and oversteer, sometimes in the same corner. So how'd the car handle for you?
The car handled great. It's just when the tires start to go away, I kind of need to get in a rhythm because the tires get hot and they'll start to slip. And of course, once I got in that rhythm, I was able to get in that rhythm and just stay with the leaders uh, before that last caution came out. And then when Cole got by me a few before that caution, I was able just to learn a bit and just try and get by him. So it's difficult, but you can do it.
Right, so next week we're heading to another short track, but a very different short track from Martinsville, Richmond Raceway. So, what are your plans going to be heading into Richmond next week?
Try not to die. I don't like that track, to be honest, but hopefully we can survive. It's not one of my favorites, though.
Yeah, so finally, do you have any thank yous or shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, Tony Hillbrands for putting out the race. You guys for putting on the broadcast. Joe Thomas, my friend, mom and dad, grandmother and granddad upstairs. Sydney, Taylor, they watch the races as well. So everyone that watches the races and roots for me, they're great. So
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on your third place finish here tonight, and we'll see you next week, man.
you guys.
All right, now we're going to take it to Jared. He will talk to our second place finisher.
Yep, we're going to get second place up in here. Quentin Warman bringing it home in second. Quentin, second place tonight. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, man, you and Ashley absolutely were so back and forth. You guys were so evenly matched. Kind of came down to track position at the end. I saw you were driving it, kicking it sideways off the corners. What more did you need to be able to get this win tonight? You drove an impressive race, though.
I feel like I would have got it if I hadn't pitted on that one yellow where I was the only one to pit.
Yep.
If I hadn't done that, I probably would have won.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely had the speed for it tonight. And, yeah, that tire difference, it obviously was the difference there at the end. But nonetheless, second place here tonight. Next week is Richmond, another short track, but obviously a lot different than this place. How do you feel about Richmond?
Love that track. Have a great feeling of winning there.
Oh, that's good to hear. Good to hear confidence. Well, before we let you go here, you got anybody you want to thank for this win? Second place, sorry.
Ashley for all the fun battles we had. Tony for setting up this league, this race. And yeah, that's it.
Alrighty, man. All right, well, we'll let you go. Congrats on your second place finish, and we'll see you next week at Richmond, man.
All right, see you.
All right, later.
All right, that was your second place finisher, Quentin Warman. And now we will get your winner up here.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a very happy Ashley Molyneux up in
For
here.
sure.
And here you go, Hayes.
All right, we are here with your race winner here tonight from the Martinsville Speedway, Ashley Molyneux. Ashley, you got a copy?
I do. How y'all doing?
Doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. So you bring home your second victory of the season here tonight, and I think it's safe to say in dominating fashion. You were definitely seemed to be the fastest one on track throughout the race. Had some good battles with Quentin. How does it feel to bring home the win here tonight?
Very good. I think this is again, I'm gonna toot my own horn. I don't get to do this much. This is 3 for 3 with me with this league at this track. Quentin gave me the best shot that I've had here, and being able to race him for that was honestly pretty awesome. So seeing him actually able to finish up in second, he did get second, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he got second, and not get caught up in something like the most of the field did. I think we had like a 15-car wreck. Like
Yeah, you all tried to copy the cup race yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. But it's good that he didn't get caught up in something like that, and Howie did a great job too. I mean, Howie is one of those people that on restarts I was worried about having him to my inside, but I needed to try to keep a buffer between him and at least Quentin and myself as much as I could, because I was kind of thinking Howie had the short run pace to get by me because most of my speed was long run, but I knew Quentin did, so I had to try to get someone between us. And again, that's not meant to be knock on Howie. He's beaten me on restarts in this league before too. His first win in this, I think, came at Phoenix, and I led most of it, and he just dusted me on a restart.
Yeah, so you were able to capitalize here tonight, bring on the win, but now it's time to focus on next week. We head to another short track, but a fairly different one from this one, Richmond Raceway. So, with the win here tonight, what are your plans and expectations heading into next week?
Unfortunately, I have to work next week, which is a big shame because the next 4 races I have to miss just with how my work schedule is. which is a shame because, again, Richmond, Martinsville, Richmond, and New Hampshire are my 3 best ovals. Kind of like in that order, too. So it probably would have been more of the same, just me and Quentin slugging it out for the majority of the race.
Yeah, so
Actually, I
that
don't know what the next race I can make is. I can tell y'all if I can type with my left hand correctly. I've got this fancy little, kind of like Word document I typed up for it because I'm an absolute nerd and have nothing in my life that I do. The next one that I will be here for will be Watkins Glen. So I'll be finishing 3rd to Aaron and James. So.
Well, we're gonna miss you these next few races, but before we let you go here, do you have any shout-outs and thank yous you want to give here for this win?
Yeah, thank you guys for broadcasting. Gonna go back through and I'm gonna go get some food first because I got up at 4 because I'm a nocturnal like a dumb idiot bat and haven't had food yet. So I'm gonna get something to eat, and then I'm gonna come back up and watch back through the broadcast. I always have to thank Tony for not just putting on the league, but the amount of effort he puts into this, for the amount of, like, both of you know, there's stupid crap that happens with running a league, let alone when you're running a 36 race season league with special events, and making, like, awesome setups for all of them, too. So, it's a lot of fun to be part of. Again, thanks Quentin and Howie for very tight, clean racing. I mean, Quentin and I were... There were multiple times where if one of us made the slightest mistake, we were just destroying the other, right?
Yep.
So, it's good for that. And gotta thank my mom. She's out of the country on vacation, but I'm gonna thank her.
All right, Ashley. Well, congratulations on this great win here tonight, and we will see you at Watkins Glen. You have to make sure I know when that is, but we will see you then, and have a good night. Thank you for talking to us.
Absolutely. Of course. Thank y'all. Love you both.
All right. So that was your race winner here tonight from the Martinsville Speedway, Ashley Molyneux. Congratulations to Ashley for bringing home the win. And now we will run through the race results here tonight. Let me get them up on the screen here. There they are up on your screen. Ashley Molyneux takes home the victory by just 0.6 of a second over Quentin Warman, coming home in second. And Howie Briss will finish in third. Cole Fralick, good run for him, finishing in fourth. Aaron Smith, saw him running up inside the top 5, just couldn't quite find the pace to get up to the front. He will finish in fifth. Sean Williams was involved in that first wreck, but will bring it back to finish in sixth. Scott Shire will finish seventh, a good performance for him. Jeffrey Fisher, 8th. Daniel Mosteller, 9th. And Davey Hendricks rounds out the top 10.
Yep, and those top 10 were the 10 on the lead lap at the end of this thing. James Colboy, first car, 1 lap down. He wanted that top 10, just quite didn't get it. Got 11th. Nicholas Lavelle, 12th. Charles Jurek, 13th. Tony Hilbrands kind of had a really rough night tonight. He will finish back in 14th place. James Mahone, 15th. Michael Keithley, another guy, had a really rough night tonight. He will finish back in 16th. Last race winner, James Miller, definitely had some trouble tonight. 17th. Sam Rice, 18th. Isaiah McLean, 19th. And Michael Ashmore brings it home in 20th.
And for the final 5 drivers in the field, we have Colby Kersey finishing in 21st. Spencer Ray, 22nd. Thomas Sewell, 23rd. Alex Anderson, 24th. And Thomas Lloyd will finish last in the 25th position. And with that, folks, that will conclude our broadcast. That was definitely a fun race to watch. It was a long race, but it was fun nonetheless. Thank you so much to Tony Hilbrands and all the admins for putting on this awesome league that we get to broadcast every single week. We always enjoy it. And we thank you guys. I believe we got up to 20 viewers during the stream, which is great for us. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We are just 11 subscribers away from 100. We are really hoping to hit that milestone here very soon. So thank you all so much for choosing the High Speed Racing Network as your form of sim racing entertainment here tonight. We hope you have a great rest of your night, and we will see you all in the next race.